You guys were at a couple of years, each of the last couple of years at this point. Where are you guys different and maybe more ready to get off to the kind of start that you want defensively?
Well, we're going to find out. That's been an emphasis point for us, starting fast, creating more turnovers. That's 1 and 2, and not necessarily in that order, but we need both. And so that's been an emphasis, started early in the offseason and has carried throughout camp. And we're excited to get the season started.
And when you look at their offense, obviously a lot of new parts, new quarterbacks, uncertain. How do you address, like when you're not sure Dobbs or Tune, how do you address that and prepare?
Study them both, study everything that we can, which includes, Cleveland, Philadelphia, Dobbs in Tennessee, just doing all the due diligence, all the work that you can leading up to an opener. Openers are always full of the unknown, and so there'll be some unscouted looks. We'll play fast to it. We'll correct it on the sideline and move on.
Hey, Jack, starting fast, obviously you guys have prep all summer. How do you ever have a feel about whether the team is really ready for that first game?
Well, that's a prove it. You don't get to talk it and that be a mission accomplished. It needs to happen. So, look, we get an opportunity when that ball is kicked off. We get started with it, and we're excited about the opportunity to play. It's a new season, new opportunities, and we're just embracing that and trying to get off to a good start.
I know in the preseason there's always that line of you want to get guys playing, get some rhythm, but protect them for health reasons. You guys didn't play a ton with the first unit this year. What was sort of that choice, and how do you think that's played out now as you're getting ready for the season?
Yeah, again, that's one of those questions that it goes away real quick. We've had a very productive camp. We got work. I thought the work in Baltimore against the Ravens allowed us to maybe do a little less in the actual game. So that was our approach. Everybody takes their own approach. That was ours. And I like where we are right now as a team, entering the season. And we've got a few guys that are still on the mend, but for the most part, our guys are ready to roll.
How much time do you guys spend planning and monitoring the defensive line rotation? Like, how much is that an emphasis in game planning?
How much do we what now?
How much do you focus on the defensive line rotation? Like, how much of that is pre-planned? How much of that do you monitor in-game, et cetera?
Well, it's not like we think we're just going to play the ones the entire day, and then it's like,
but do you
yes,
go into it with
we do like a time percentage in the week. I don't have one for you. It's something we're definitely aware of, and we're going to rotate our guys.
Yeah.
So not just early in the year, but certainly early in the year, but we're gonna roll our guys. So they're all going to play.
Yeah, but it's not like scripted to where, all right, you're going to play 2 series, then we're going to bring
No.
these guys in. Okay.
No.
Okay, just.
There's been a lot of talk from players and Ron about you guys, and I think you as well, maybe in your first press conference, of we do what we do, we're confident what we do. When did you figure out, like, hey, these are the things that we do best?
It's a constant process. So, you have a feel based on the experiences, and then you learn, you live and learn and adjust as you need to. So that's what it is. So, we're going to prepare, go compete, and then we'll adjust on the sideline as we need to throughout the game. Learn what we can and move forward and put another plan together next week. But right now it's all about focusing on this plan, execution of this plan.
Right. But I guess when you bring in the match zone last year, are there certain, like, is there a point in the season where you're like, hey, these certain calls or these specific, strategies against different looks are working super well? Like, I know you're obviously always want to get better, but in the broad strokes, is there something there?
I do appreciate the question into the specifics of defense. We're doing what we can with the guys we have and feel real good about the group and some of the capabilities we have, and we're going to see it unfold starting Sunday.
Chase said yesterday that he's really ready to go and itching to get out there. Just what have you seen from him in that regard?
he's working hard to be ready to go. So, he came back as healthy as I've seen him, and it's probably since his rookie year. And so great to see that. And, we're waiting on the blessing from the doctors to give him the green light. And when we get that, then he'll go.
With Montez, we've talked a lot about finishing, having kind of that Duran-like ascension. What have you seen from, or is it the same thing for Chase, or like what's an aspect of his game that you would like to see focused in on?
Well, finish is an important part of it, right? I mean, a lot of work to get to that position and close the deal. So I think, it's been an emphasis point with our D-line, with Montez, with Chase. I thought Duran took a big step last year in that area, and that was an emphasis point for him last year. So it remains one for him and the others, but the finish is the key. We're disruptive. We're going to be back there. We've got some talented guys that are going to roll off the ball, and finishing when you're back there is the key.
Take 2 more.
Coach, how do you feel Cody Barton has done folding into your defense and with the locker room?
I think it's fit in real well. Cody's done a nice job. He's a super bright guy, plays with a lot of energy, doing very well for us.
And then there's a lot of people from like the Seattle area who said that they feel like he's a better fit for your defense versus what they were doing in Seattle. What are some of the things you saw when he was playing with Seattle that made you think he would be a fit for your scheme?
Yeah, we studied the tape, looked at some of the things that we're looking for, and he had that. I mean, he can run. He's got some size. His brain works. He's a good pro. It's important that the brain works. But, I mean, he's really a guy that, we felt like we could continue to develop. He's a younger player, and that's early in his career, and he's hungry to be a real good player, so he's working hard at it.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. Sorry I didn't have more on the one answer.